Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News, live once again from Memorial Park here in Wenatchee for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window, which is, why not, right here at Memorial Park, and taking a look at the stage area. Big crowds today. Fabulous Feet Dance Studio had all kinds of kids dancing this afternoon, still going on here at Memorial Park. And boy, what a day today. Much better than we've seen the past couple, with a lot less wind. Unfortunately, that wind will make a return as we move into Wednesday. In fact, late Wednesday into early Thursday, we could see a northwest breeze. It really won't be bad, nothing like last Saturday. About 10 to 15 miles an hour in most locations, and maybe a little bit gusty at times. But all in all, that is about it. And we'll talk more about a very beautiful Grand Parade forecast for this weekend coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. With a new industry looking to start production in Wenatchee, Chelan County PUD commissioners on Monday reviewed the agreements needed to provide up to 19 megawatts of power to meet the new diamond foundry business. The Moses Lake city manager has been placed on administrative leave after city employees filed claims of workplace discrimination and harassment. And the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest will be under new management starting later this week. But first, we begin tonight. It was standing room only today at the Leavenworth Fest Hall for a public hearing on the highly publicized adventure theme park proposal. Chelan County Hearing Examiner Andrew Kottkamp presided over that hearing. He heard testimony from dozens of people over the course of the all-day meeting today. The vast majority of those who testified opposed the project, citing issues such as traffic, parking, noise, and aesthetics.
Piece of iconic property that is the crown jewel of our west-facing view. To say this doesn't make sense is an understatement. This endorsement would be a complete hypocrisy. Our leadership has failed this community. What explains this action that would be so disruptive to the quality of life for so many that live here? I challenge the community to demand accountability. Surely greed, collusion, and conflict of interest are key players.
The proposed 10-acre park would include an alpine coaster and other attractions on a hillside at Icicle Road and Highway 2. The project has been controversial from the start. After numerous objections last summer, developer John Sutherland withdrew, then resubmitted his application. With numerous mitigation requirements, it has cleared most city and state environmental hurdles. Written comments were being accepted until 5 p.m. today. A final hearing examiner ruling is pending. Well, with the new industry looking to start production in Wenatchee, Chelan County PUD commissioners on Monday reviewed the agreements needed to provide 19 megawatts of power to the new diamond foundry business. That being done by the requested date of March 2020. The San Francisco-based gemstone manufacturer is leasing space from Stamilt to set up its new plant in Wenatchee. The property owner proposed a customer-built substation to power the operation because there's not enough PUD substation capacity to meet the load at that location. The PUD, Stamilt, and City of Wenatchee planners have determined the best location is next to the PUD's North Wenatchee substation off Holly Street. It's close to transmission lines and supports the city's long-range plans for Confluence Parkway. PUD staff are targeting June 3rd for action on the Diamond Foundry power contract. The Moses Lake city manager has been placed on paid administrative leave after one current and two former city employees filed claims of workplace discrimination and harassment. The city council took the action at a special meeting Monday night following the claims against city manager John Williams. In a statement, city officials said they were making no prejudgments and an investigation into the allegations is underway. The Columbia Basin Herald reported the claims also include workplace sexual discrimination. The Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest will be under new management starting later this week. Forest Supervisor Mike Williams is retiring and will be stepping down on May 3rd. Williams leaves after serving as the Forest Chief's Ranger since 2015. Scott Tangenberg has been appointed to serve as acting supervisor until a new full-time supervisor is selected. Tangenberg comes to Wenatchee from Sonora, California, where he served as deputy supervisor of the Stanislaus National Forest. He started his career with the U.S. Forest Service in 2000. He began his Forest Service career in Salt Lake City. From there, he's worked as a hydrologist on forests in Oregon, South Dakota, Wyoming, and California. Coming up next, teams from Wenatchee and Cashmere swept three FFA competitions last week. As the state legislature raced to pass budgets by midnight on Sunday, a bill that would have banned single-use plastic bags quietly died in a House committee. And anyone driving in the Plain Lake Wenatchee area on Friday may experience delays as the Tour de Bloom bicycle race winds its way through that area. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News from the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
My name is Hannah Peterson-Kinney, and I'm a certified nurse midwife. I became a midwife because I thought birth was one of the most amazing, beautiful things. It's about caring for women through many stages of life and helping to empower them with knowledge and build partners to improve their health. It would be an honor to provide care for you, and I would love to welcome you to the CVCH midwife family.
Welcome back. And in other news, teams from Wenatchee and Cashmere swept 3 FFA competitions last week and will now represent Washington this fall at the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis. Wenatchee's horse evaluation team beat 19 other teams to advance, and Wenatchee's forestry team beat 16 other competitors. Cashmere's environmental resources team also took first place and will go on to nationals. Congratulations to all those teams. Well, as the state legislature raced to pass budgets by midnight on Sunday, a bill that would have banned single-use plastic bags quietly died in a House committee. The ban was approved by the Senate back in March. Another bill that would have banned plastic straws failed to advance earlier in the session. In the Senate, meanwhile, a bill introduced by Senator Brad Hawkins that would have offered sales tax breaks to PUDs for hydro improvements failed to make it to a floor vote. Hawkins said the bill was designed to offer the same tax breaks to hydro that are given to other renewable energy projects. PUDs would have saved an estimated $22 million over the next 10 years. Well, anyone driving in the Plain Lake Wenatchee area Friday morning and early afternoon may experience delays as the Tour de Bloom bicycle race winds its way through that area. Organizers are expecting about 300 cyclists for the race, which begins at Plain at 8 a.m. and finishes at the top of Beaver Hill at about 2 p.m. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies will lead out each race group, and volunteers from Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue will be controlling traffic at most intersections. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News right here from Memorial Park. Stay with us.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Hi, I'm Clayton Walker, General Manager at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Wenatchee, and I'd like to invite everyone to the dealership to see how easy it is to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle at your local dealership.
And I'm Mick Fabian, General Sales Manager, and we currently have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot to choose from, including the 2019 Motor Trend Truck and SUV of the Year.
So come on down to town and let us earn your business in 2019 at 1001 North Miller Street in Wenatchee.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
And welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Our very own Eric Granstrom has been walking the grounds here at the food court at Memorial Park, and tonight he has a very special guest. It's Bob Payne to talk about this special program called Cakes for College.
On the shot. There we go. How wide is it? Oh, hey, welcome, and thanks, Grant. Sorry about that. We are here with Bob Payne. He's been doing funnel cakes for a long time and for a great cause here at Memorial Park during Apple Blossom Festival. Bob, how long have you been doing this now?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, 7
and you guys have just reached a milestone.
Yeah, we did. We made 100. What did we do? Oh, $500,000, $500,000. Really neat thing the other night. We had the drum line from Eastmont High School. They came, Miss Whiteman. She brought her group. It was really great. We picked a couple out that won, and they got free cake, and it's really great. All of it's for scholarships for kids. The scholarships this year, the deadline is already has passed for 2019 class, but it's 2020. People can go on Cakes for College on the website, and it's administered through the foundation downtown.
Okay, and how they do this is they come here to Memorial Park during the Apple Blossom Festival. They come get a funnel cake, and then how does that work? I mean, as far as how much money of the purchase goes towards the college and funds and things like that?
All the money except the 18% we give to Apple Blossom. Apple Blossom takes from all the vendors 18%. So we end up giving the rest of the money to the foundation, then they distribute it. We give out 15 $1,500 scholarships a year.
That's big.
And then we're building an endowment so that it will go on. We're up to about, I think, a little over maybe $200,000. It's in the 6 years we've done it.
So, have you figured out how many funnel cakes that is to reach the $500,000 mark?
We do about 10,000 a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's all volunteers.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it's really good. And you know what? Everybody now we've been doing it so long that people who've gone to school are coming back. And every day somebody says, you know, somebody last night had my son in tears who thought the whole idea up, along with his mother. They got we got the thing going. She said, you know, you're the first people who believed in me.
Wow.
She finished here, went down to Oregon. She's a nurse now.
Oh, that's great. And think of how many stories are like that.
Yeah, there are a lot of them. Almost every day. You know, we got some counterfeit money comes through sometimes. People come here and they do the wrong thing. And when my wife puts it on Facebook, we got a $100 bill. It was a Confederate. People will come in and write a check and put it in the tip jar. So that's my advice to people who are coming down. Get a cake, but don't forget the tip jar. Okay?
Absolutely. So, but the big question, why? I mean,
well, it's just a matter of what kind of town you want to live in, right?
Yeah.
What kind of community we want to have here. And all these young kids, they're not really sure what they want to do, and some of them don't have, they have talent but not enough money to get to school. It's $4,000.
Yeah.
So we give them $1,500. We like them to have some skin in the game, but we still want them to have a chance to up themselves, you know, get some skills, and to come back in our town and make it better. And that's a community.
Well, thank you for your efforts, and congratulations on the milestone.
Oh, yeah, it's great. We're going for $1 million.
Okay, there we go. There's Bob Payne. Come get a funnel cake here during the Apple Blossom Festival right here in Memorial Park. And this is the shirt for this year?
That's it.
Okay.
Cakes.
There we go.
The road goes on forever, and the party never ends, right?
There we go. It's Cakes for College here at Memorial Park with Bob Payne, and we're going to find out about some good cake-making weather with Grant Olson right now here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast, and thank you to Eric and also to Bob Payne. What a fantastic, fantastic project that is. And as far as weather goes, let's take a look outside our weather window again right here at Memorial Park. The music continues as the folks from Fabulous Feet entertained all afternoon today, and what a day for it today. It really was a nice one out there. As we take a look at our almanac for today, temperatures still a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. 66 is our normal high temperature. Unofficially today, we were at 63 degrees. We started off on the cool side this morning. I'm sure a lot of you felt that. 36 degrees at Pangbourne Airport this morning for our overnight low. 44 is our normal low. 88 your record high. That was set back in 1998, and 32 the record low back in 1972. No new precipitation the past 24 hours. Sunrise this morning was at 5:46, and the sun will set tonight at 8:11. Now let's put that surface loop in motion and show you what you can expect over the next 6 or 7 days. Beginning with tonight, we can expect mostly clear skies. Seeing a few clouds out there right now, but not bad. A bit of a west wind too, and that will continue through the night tonight, 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we move into your Wednesday, boy, it looks nice throughout the week, folks. It really does. Mostly sunny. We'll see another west wind tomorrow, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. That wind will pick up a little bit late afternoon and into our evening hours tomorrow, about 5 to 15, as I mentioned. There's a weak cold front that will move through ahead of a ridge of high pressure that's building right now, and that could make for a little bit of a breezy Thursday morning as well. 5 to 15 miles an hour, maybe a gust or two around 20 miles an hour early Thursday as that front pushes through. Mostly sunny skies, and then just beautiful weather beyond that. Friday, high pressure takes control. We'll see mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will climb into the lower 70s. And I'll tell you what, when we get into the Stamilt Grand Parade on Saturday, we might be talking temperatures around 80 degrees. I think we're at least going to be in the upper 70s on Saturday with sunny skies and light winds. And Sunday, as we end Apple Blossom, once again, very nice too. Upper 70s, sunshine and warm temperatures. Monday, more of the same. High pressure in control means light winds, mostly sunny skies, and very warm temperatures. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight will drop down to 39 degrees, which is a little bit better than we saw this morning. For Wednesday, mostly sunny, a west breeze, and 68. About the same for Thursday, a little bit windy at times, possibly on Thursday. And then look at that weather from Friday all the way through Monday. Mostly sunny to sunny skies with temperatures in the lower 70s on Friday, climbing into the mid to upper 70s on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Boy, Darcy Christopherson has to be happy about that forecast. What a great weather forecast to end Apple Blossom coming up this weekend. And that's going to do it for your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues from right here at Memorial Park right after this.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
USA Sports Update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Helps if you turn the microphone on, Eric. And a happy Tuesday to you here live from Memorial Park with fabulous Feet Dance Studio behind me. We bring you sports here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, the national media is giving the Seattle Seahawks pretty good grades for the recent NFL draft over the last weekend with mostly A's and B's. Seattle went into the draft with just 4 picks, and they ended up taking 11 over the weekend. The Hawks' first-round selection Thursday was defensive end L.J. Collier out of Texas Christian. On Friday, Seattle chose strong safety Marquise Blair from Utah and wide receiver D.K. Metcalf out of Ole Miss in the second round. They went back to Utah for a third-round selection, linebacker Cody Barton. On day 3, Seattle picked up wide receiver Gary Jennings in the 4th round from West Virginia, Wake Forest guard Phil Haynes, and Oregon free safety Ugo Amadi. Well, Husky fans appreciate the Seattle's 5th-round selection as Washington linebacker Ben Burkervin was chosen. Seattle chose Miami running back Travis Homer in the 6th round along with Florida State defensive tackle DeMarcus Christmas. Finally, the Hawks picked up their 3rd wide receiver with their last pick in Hawaii's John Ursua. So, yeah, 3 wide receivers for the Seahawks in their picks. Meanwhile, the team that's already been selected is getting busy to work in their 2nd round of practices and off-season workouts at the VMAC in Renton. Well, despite dropping 2 dreadful games to the Texas Rangers over the weekend by a total score of 29-2, the Mariners are still tied with Houston atop the American League West as they get ready for interleague play tonight. Seattle begins a brief 2-game series with the Chicago Cubs tonight at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners come into the game with an 18-13 record. Meanwhile, the Cubs are 2nd in the National League Central Division, 3 games back of St. Louis. Seattle bats have faced a very tough Cole Hamels. He's 3-0 with a 3.16 ERA. Meanwhile, the Mariners hoping for another good outing from Felix Hernandez, who's 1-2 with a 3.91 ERA. First pitch tonight coming up at 7:10. Well, a very busy day today throughout North Central Washington for our area high school teams. Let's get with it. First of all, baseball. We did have 1 score to pass along from Monday as we make up those winter storm games from earlier this spring as Lake Roosevelt beat Waterville Mansfield by a final of 16-0. Now on the tap for today, Wenatchee traveling to Eisenhower while Eastmont hosts Davis. Also, Cashmere welcomes Okanagan to town and Chelan's at Liberty Bell this afternoon. Also, a couple of make-up softball games from Monday. Lake Roosevelt topped Waterville Mansfield 12-4, and Manson kicked an extra point to Edge Pateras. Yes, is correct. 21-20, the final in that one. Now on tap today, Chelan a doubleheader at Omak. Eastmont's on the road at Moses Lake, while Wenatchee is hosting Eisenhower. Also, Cashmere traveling to Okanagan in the Battle of the Bulldogs. 1 soccer score to pass along from Monday. Manson edged Oroville by a final of 6-5, so the Trojans come out in top on that one. Coming up today, Cascade plays at Omak as the Caribou Trail League winds its season down. The same kickoff time for Chelan hosting Okanagan. Those began at 4:30, just underway here as they near halftime. Also tonight, senior night for the Wenatchee Panthers as they host the Davis Pirates. That game will be live here on the NCWLIFE channel coming up at 7 o'clock. Be sure and watch it with Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen on the play-by-play as Wenatchee celebrates senior night tonight at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. The Wenatchee Valley Thunder lacrosse team has their next to last game of the regular season tonight as they're on the road to take on the Sela Vikings coming up at 7 o'clock. In some makeup tennis from Monday, Wenatchee was able to stay unbeaten by downing Eisenhower 7-0 on the boys' side and 7-0 on the girls' side. On tap today, Wenatchee hosting Eastmont in a battle of the bridge. Also, Okanagan's at Cashmere. Omak's hosting Cascade. Lake Roosevelt at Chelan, and Oroville taking on Eniat. Those underway. Area track teams heading north to Bridgeport for an invitational today. Chelan, Eniat, Lake Roosevelt, Omak, Pateras, Tenascan, and Wilson Creek track teams are all participating in the late season meet. That also underway here this afternoon. Well, they call it the Rope Rider Invitational. and it took Grant to help me out with why they call it the Rope Rider Invitational. It's hosted by Ellensburg High School. We're talking about a girls golf invitational tournament. Well, it's in Sudden-Cadia. Of the 2 courses, it's being held at the Rope Rider course. Okay, now I know more about that. Wenatchee and 17 other teams participating in that tournament that began earlier this morning. Also, Big 9 Boys Pod number 6 taking place today at Three Lakes Golf Course in Malaga. Wenatchee hosting Davis, Eastmont, Eisenhower, Moses Lake, Sunnyside, and West Valley for that one. That should be about wrapping up here as we come to you live from Memorial Park. And also in golf today in Caribou Trail League play, Chelan playing at Cascade at Leavenworth Golf Club. A gorgeous day for golf and a gorgeous day for us to be here at Memorial Park as we wrap up sports news. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And once again this year, our very own Dan Kuntz has the tough assignment of making his way around the food court to sample the awesome Apple Blossom food here at Memorial Park. Tonight, it's gyros.
Well, here we are for another year of eating food at Memorial Park. And I just want to remind you, as a public service of the NCWLIFE channel, that during the 11 days of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, Wenatchee Municipal Code number 5.28.090 prohibits all dogs in the park. All dogs in the park, but they do allow food. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. What is the pronunciation? Is it gyros or euros? Let's find out. How are you? I'm Dan.
Daniel.
Dan, yeah. What's your name?
Daniel.
Your name is, you and I have the same name?
Yes.
Well, no, handsome too, I might add.
Yeah.
What's the pronunciation? Is it gyro or is it gyro?
Gyros, yes. Traditional Greek, and they take the name over this. In Greek way, they call it around. In Greek, it's a gyro. That's how they take the name.
I'm to be straight out with you. I've never had one of these. So what do you recommend for a gyro novice?
The lamb.
We're making a gyro, formerly known as a gyro. He's going to make me one, and then I'm going to eat it. Woohoo! Daniel is doing the right thing and washing his hands on a regular basis. Tomorrow, of course, is May 1st, and I'll be washing my hands. First day of the month. It's important that these go in at the right layer, right? At the right, the meat and then all that stuff. That's very important. How come you're not in school? Oh, cool. I was homeschooled. Yeah, I just graduated. I'm 54. How long have you been coming to the Apple Blossom Festival?
29 years. I was working in the restaurant business, for all my life. Before I came to America, I was working in the restaurant business. And believe me, I have the best chicken, and I compete with anybody.
Oh, yeah. And I'm good to go.
Enjoy it.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to eat this right now. You're doing a heck of a job, by the way. I don't care what Daniel says. Let's go eat this. You're homeschooled, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite teacher?
That person.
You like being homeschooled? You like it?
Yeah, it's all right.
That's all right, yeah. I agree with you. I've never had one of these before. It looks mighty good. It smells fantastic. I'm going in. I can see why people like this a lot. A lot of lamb flavor, and the combination. Do you want to get a little bit of everything in every bite? Makes me wish I lived in Greece. This is a solid 9. A solid 9. Get them. Euros. Daniel's making them, and they're well worth it. I may have to have another. Be good. Well, that was our first visit. I highly recommend it. Daniel is a great guy. And a friendly reminder, if you stand right in the middle of the sidewalk that runs up and down Orondo Street, you're going to get in people's way, and then people won't like you anymore. And I need the ratings. I can't afford that. On behalf of the NCWLIFE channel, I'm the soon-to-be unemployed Dan Kuntz. Once again, no dogs in the park.
How is it Dan always gets the fun jobs?
I don't know. Although I heard he paid for the food, so
I guess he had. Yeah,
I guess that's not so bad.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and that's going to do it for our newscast. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCWLIFE channel tomorrow morning, speaking of the devil, with your host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson for Eric Granstrom. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Good night.